Man, this was a series that definitely made the girls squeal. They were all about D.N.Angel, specifically Dark. Literally tall, dark, and mysterious, a phantom thief of the night, mysterious and cool. Yes, people were all over this character. And when it came time for me to watch it, it came up on Anime Network on demand for me because I had the service that provided it. And every once in a while, certain series would pop up. And I was thinking it was going to be one thing, and it ended up being something completely different. I thought it was going to be a story about Daisuke and Dark and how they were in a relationship together. Look, man, it was the mid 2000s, and a lot of series that girls that I knew liked were usually about two guys getting it on. And I was just like, okay, it's popular. Why not just check it out? I had watched it around like 2005, 2006. And then when I actually saw the series, I was just like, oh, this is nothing like what I thought it was going to be. But it was still pretty wild nonetheless. And the relationship between Daisuke and Dark, once I actually saw the nature of it, I understood why I thought that at first, because Daisuke and Dark, they do have a special relationship, and that is in that they share the same body. A very Yu-Gi-Oh-esque situation where this ancient being named, and I swear to God, I've only just recently realized what his full name is, Dark Mousy, which, no. They only ever call him Dark in the series, especially in the English dub. So to find out that his full name is Dark Mousy just caught me so far off guard. But Daisuke and Dark share the same body, and Dark is this ancient being who is passed down through his family line from man to man to man, from this ancient curse, from this artifact that's like the twin wings or something along those lines. And Dark goes out into the night and steals these magical artifacts and such. And the series opens up with Daisuke actually doing like a manning up, getting some cojones and going to ask his crush, Risa Harada, out, just declare his love and all that good stuff. And she flat out rejects him. Like, she's into older guys, she sees nothing in him. And, Daisuke's young, he's kind of diminutive. I mean, he's only just recently turned 14, so it's just like, he'll grow, but girls that age, they're into more mature guys. So he's feeling some kind of way, all caught up in his feelings, and apparently what triggers the transformation into Dark is your crush, unrequited love, and all that good stuff, which is like, that's the worst thing possible, man. Especially in high school, like, you never know who you're gonna be catching feelings for from place to place and time to time. But his mother, Emiko, she knows all about this family curse. Because originally when I watched the series, I thought it was passed from, there was nothing but males born within the Niwa family and all that good stuff. But no, I end up finding out that no, Emiko is the daughter of the previous holder of Dark and all that, and she had actually wanted to house Dark, but it didn't get passed on to the females of the generation. But she's so gung-ho about the Dark persona, constantly wanting to help out, sending calling cards when Dark is about to strike at an object, like she is stuck into the experience. In fact, the whole reason why she got together with her husband was because she wanted a male. And, it's the men of, if you wonder why you were born a certain way, it's usually because the man in the relationship, usually his genes decide that. So, guys, all you guys out there, you're the one who decide what you and your significant other are gonna have when it comes to childbirth. Just keep that in mind. But she outright sought out a dude who would give her a male heir, and eventually someone was gonna ask her why, and so it was the guy who asked why that she ended up getting together with. I love that story because it's just like I don't remember the anime explaining that to me, but it was years later when I read the manga that I found that out, and I was just like, what? That is so far out, and it really took the mother figure up a few notches in my mind because that is such a fascinating direction to go with that character. But the grandpa helps out constantly with Daisuke and Dark and all that good stuff. And of course, Risa, the girl that Daisuke had a crush on, has a crush on Dark because, I mean, come on, look at the guy. Look at the guy. Like, there's no way any 14-year-old girl wouldn't have a crush on that. But hilariously enough, Risa has a twin sister, Rika, who actually has a crush on Daisuke. And honestly, I was always more into Rika when I was that age because it's just like when this came out, I was around their same age. I was like 15 at the time when I first saw this series. So it's just like I was kind of more into Rika than Risa because it was just like I don't know, she didn't feel so oddly stuck up as Risa felt to me. I don't know, something about Risa always rubbed me the wrong way. Probably because I empathized a little bit more with Daisuke more than anything else. Because, yeah, when I was younger, I was a bit of a soft boy too. And all the rejections I went through in high school, middle school, elementary school. it's an empathetic portrayal of this character. So I gelled with Daisuke if nothing else. And to see him, start to come into his own, become more of a guess man, as it were. But he still had a softer side within him, and I really kind of gelled with that, if nothing else. Also, Dark was just really cool. Like, I won't lie, I drew pictures of Dark because he was kind of cool. Like, dude, all black, purple hair, yes, please. And of course, what is a phantom thief without the detective investigating him? And of course, because high school or middle school, or 14 middle school, but of course there would also be a middle school detective because you always have that. When you have a teenage phantom thief, you have the teenage ace detective, and that detective was Satoshi Hiwatari. Man, hearing Hiwatari's name, just his name is said so much throughout the series. Between that and Miss Harada, it's just like, oh man, it said so much. Because Daisuke has this really complicated relationship with Hiwatari because they are decent enough friends for the most part. Daisuke gets along well with Hiwatari, but Hiwatari also has his own dark-like alter ego called Conrad, who has white wings and blonde hair, a poster boy for the Aryan nation if there ever was one. And Dark and Conrad are constantly in this eternal battle, and oh my god, I am just realizing that Conrad is Dark spelled backwards, and I am furious. I am furious to just realize this. I didn't realize this watching the series because you always just hear the name, and I never see the name, and I'm staring directly at the name, and it's just like, oh my god, Conrad is Dark spelled backwards. That is some Alucard bullshit right there. God damn it, this series. But Conrad is a bastard. He is an out and out bastard. He's constantly trying to murder Dark and Daisuke and using Hiwatari's body to reckless abandon left, right, and center, regardless of how that affects Hiwatari, because the use of magic with Hiwatari's body causes him great pain. That's why Dark doesn't use it that often, but Conrad couldn't give less of a shit about Hiwatari. It's actually really sad in a lot of ways. But Hiwatari's connection with all of the whole dark business also comes from the fact that his ancestors created all of these magical artifacts that just go out of control and cause all this destruction and chaos in the city that they live in. So it's an interesting kind of juxtaposition, whereas Dark is the thief who steals these items and is seen as a negative in the eyes of the law. But these items that he's stolen are actually the work of a lineage of the main detective who is hunting down Dark, who is seen as the person of justice, but his family line has such a sordid history and has caused all these magical artifacts to be out there that cause great trouble and strife for the populace. It was a fascinating direction for the series. And I love the progression. You got the battles with Dark and Conrad, and then you got the emotional teen drama when it came to Daisuke, Risa, Rika, and Hiwatari. I found that all just deeply fascinating when I was a teenager. And I did read it a little recently, like about 6 years ago, and I had actually managed to catch up to it because it went on this massively long hiatus. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, apparently just recently, because I'm just realizing this, the series came back and finished off this year. Like January of this year, apparently. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, I dropped the series because I was just like, okay, this is yet another series because, dude, mid-2000 is littered with series that fell off in the 2010s at some point and you never heard from them again. But, the late 2010s, early 2020s seem to be the years that all of these guys are just like, I'm going to finish that manga I never finished. And I'm just like, okay, thanks for doing that years after I lost interest. So at some point, I'm going to finish reading the manga, see where things went, see if it had a satisfying conclusion, especially considering the fact that the manga started in 1997. It took you 20 years to complete, and it's just like, I hope you came up with a good conclusion with all that time that you had. Because apparently, the mangaka became infamous for just abandoning projects. Like, that was the thing. She just became infamous for abandoning projects. Like, if you ever heard of the series called Candidate for Goddess, which I remember the anime for that, she also worked on that series, Yukiru Sugisaki. And I remember that series. I remember loving the anime that came on Toonami for a hot minute, or was it Adult Swim? Either way, it came out on there, and I remember really enjoying the series and being interested in seeing where it went, and it never continued. Like, goddamn. People would kill to be able to just have their series just be published, let alone get an anime. And she's gotten that twice, but never managed to finish it. And it's just like, do you have health problems, woman? Is that what's going on? I know that the working environment in Japan is absolute garbage, but she has so many manga. She has so many manga. D.N.Angel was only her third of 17. Her third of 17, and it only just recently had a conclusion. Like, she's obviously a very talented and creative person. Honestly, I think she's just over a lot of these things. The fact that she even finished D.N.Angel is a godsend. You have no idea how shocked I am that she finished D.N.Angel. That I can say, at one point I will read D.N.Angel to its conclusion. You have no idea. But tell me, Did you watch D.N.Angel? Did you read D.N.Angel? How did you get into D.N.Angel? Did you hear the weird things about it that I did? Or did you know from the start what you were getting into? Did you read it to its completion? Let me know if you enjoyed the ending to it. I'm definitely fascinated in that. And are you hoping for another animated series now that it's come to its conclusion? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.